Still on matters business, the Big Four agenda by the Jubilee government is promising a lot of positive changes in the country. And though achievable as it may seem, if a robust revenue collection system is not effectively implemented, especially in the counties, then the Big Four will remain but a dream. In the current 2018-2019 budget, the Jubilee administration allocated 43.1 billion shillings to universal healthcare, 6.5 billion shillings to affordable and decent housing, 10.5 billion shillings to manufacturing, while 60.4 billion shillings for food security programs. These are the Big Four agenda. But the Institute of Certified Public Accountants ISPAC is worried whether the country will be able to achieve the agendas unless deliberate effort is put across to seal some major loopholes. ISPAC Deputy Chair Denish Osodo has said that it is imperative that tax base is widened, though the Kenya Revenue Authority needs to ensure that its systems are efficient to allow Kenyans to file their returns.
These are the government's attempts to generate revenue, support the development of both social and physical infrastructure in the country, with the aim that it will ultimately fund the Big Four agenda and benefit the citizens of this country. Our view is that the implementation of a tax system must foster the principles of equity, predictability, and neutrality, increasing tax incentives for public and private investments, and also punishing anyone who attempts to avoid taxes. It results in increased revenues and promote economic growth.
A huge responsibility falls back to the county governments, which have been empowered by the Constitution to collect revenue. In the last financial year, though, the counties only managed to collect 66% of the target revenue, collecting 32.49 billion shillings against the targeted 49.22 billion shillings.
So we as a country obviously need funds to provide those infrastructures. But if you look at Kenya, we also need the money to develop infrastructure for those utilities, be they schools, be they health clinics, hospitals, roads. So as a country, we need funds.
Whereas the revenue collected by the county governments are meant to be channeled towards development, the devolved units face a crisis of overspending, especially on personal emoluments, leaving little for development. Graft was also outlined as a huge barrier to the achievement of the Big Four agenda, where improper public funds management is linked to negative tax compliance.
In the report for the Controller of Budget, released in August this year, she identified, among other issues, the very high personal emoluments. The county governments, for example, spent 151 billion on salaries, which is 49.7% of their total expenditure for the period, and which is an increase of 15% from the 130 billion spent in the financial year 2016-2017. The high spending on personal emoluments is unsustainable and crowds out spending on the development activities that matter for Wanjiku in this country.
Kenya Revenue Authority statistics indicate that the possible taxable target stands at 19 million Kenyans, but only about 16%, equivalent to 3.2 million taxpayers, remitted taxes by June 2018.